meteorologists, so we're here at Calape National High School to do our first observation and assistantship in line with our course as a teacher educator. So right now, guys, we're going to interview some teachers and students about a question: what makes a good teacher great? So come on, let's go. So let's go, guys. Let's get some answers.
Please introduce yourself.
I am Lavinia C. Maloloyon.
I am Jollery Toiko.
I am Isabel Rosida.
Vinci Anoos.
I am Apple Diaz. I'm from grade 12 GAS A. So I am Jinian Cartagena from grade 12 GAS A.
And I am RGD2 from grade 12 GAS A.
Just Briones.
I am Nishali Tahan from grade 12 Kukiri.
Hi, I'm Irish Dublin from grade 12 Kukiri.
Hello, I'm Daisy Ponte.
My name is Rian Shane Lihito and grade 10 Diamond.
A good teacher is great when he or she will teach you not just in academic wise, but also in life. And another thing, he or she is great when he is considerate and will understand you deeply.
A good teacher is great when he or she is open for questions or approachable, always willing to help in times of need, and can hold a good relationship with students.
So for me, a good teacher is great if he or she is someone who is approachable, as what they said. Someone is approachable and they're going to give the student what they need. Like they ask questions and they will going to respond the right response that what his student really need.
For me, a good teacher becomes great when she starts to love her job, and when she starts to love her job, she starts to become more productive, and then this energy mupasa ni siya sa mga students, which makes the classroom more happier and more energetic for the students to learn more and to crave more for her lessons every day.
The teachers becomes great when they teach us in a good way, like how they influence their attitude toward us and also inspiring us every day. And the teachers becomes great when they teach us, but they more become greater when they teach us lessons that we can apply in our daily life, and that's the make the teachers the greatest.
A good teacher makes great if he or she has the personal connection in their students, or the closeness, and that's the one way to become a influence teacher, not just in school but outside of the school. So a good teacher makes great if he or she not just teaches academically, but also non-academic.
For me, great teacher have excellent communication skill and convey ideas in concise manner.
What makes a good teacher great? Becoming a great teacher, he or she must have the passion for the subject he or she is holding, and also the communication skills. And let's add patience there, because he or she must have that, so he could adjust, or he or she could adjust to the students and can have unity inside the room.
Me, being understanding and responsible.
Para sa ako, maayong nga teacher kay kanang maayong nga pagdisiplina.
A good teacher, great. I want to say a good teacher, you always come prepared. You know your responsibilities, and you always come to your classroom well prepared with your lesson plan, and you should, or you must master your lesson for a day. And for you to become great, probably you need to exert more, you need to do more than what a good teacher does. Probably you need to dig something on your learners. Now, you need to understand them, and from that, you can prepare a lesson, or you can create a lesson that will suit to their needs. And probably a great teacher does not only settle on his position, on his knowledge, but he did, or he will do a lot of research, will attend seminars for improvement. No, probably that is it.
A good teacher grade is she's being flexible. Now she's going to think the welfare of her or his students before him or before them. Also, he or she can be in a different role. He can be a parent, a mother or a father, a teacher, and guardian for all the students.
What makes a good teacher great? So for me, a teacher would be great. I'm not really sure if there's really a good teacher. We all make mistakes na. Unya, manage na yung number one. Nga pa lang, lisod na. Kay different levels, different kinds of learners. Unya, sa methodology, sa technique na gamit. Unya, sa personal ni mo mga matters. Siguro, a teacher would be great if he or she can manage everything, all the aspects of being a teacher, being a human being, a mother, if he or she knows his or her goals, his priorities, if he or she knows how to manage her time, kunya bang dili na gud niya po i-simplify niya din niya i-complicate kanang he or she knows kung sa kinahanglan sa learners.
For me, to be a great teacher, so dapat ikaw ay open-minded para sa mga bata. Kung may mga problema sila, so kanang dali ra ba ka mudulan so open-minded ka, dayon always you come prepared sa imong lesson kada adlaw. Dayon follow up jud labi na mga bata, mga absenteeism, kana ang magbulakbul ba. Follow up na siya, call the attention of the parents para nagawan lang or malaman nila kung ano ang nangyari sa kanilang anak dito sa paralan. Then dapat magsulat sila ng excuse letter. Dayon mo take ka og mga service training para ma-upgrade po ka ba. So ma-share na nimo or magamit na nimo sa time sa imong pagklase.
Teaching not only about the subject but also teaching them what the subject can be implied or how it can be related with the real life situation.
Okay, ma'am. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Everyone, so we are here at Calape National High School. I have with me an AP teacher, Sir Benji Anoas. We're going to ask him on his opinion about, for you sir, what makes a good teacher great?
For me, a good teacher, now let us siguro differentiate the good teacher from a great teacher. When we say a good teacher, for me, when we say a good teacher, he knows about his craft. He has a mastery of his subject matter, and he always comes to his class well prepared. And for him or her to become a great teacher, you just only need to do a little bit more by incorporating values, test teaching, and what else? Aside from incorporating values, he need to know the background his or her students, know for him or her to understand them, and maybe he can use that knowledge, to create teaching strategies that suits their needs. And lastly, for him to become a great teacher, he need to make or create an impact to his or her students.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So that means for you to be a great teacher, teacher should has a, shall we say, empathy for students.
Yes.
And also to motivate their students to learn. So that's one thing. So thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. We are here at Calape National High School, and kauban ako si Ma'am Judy Ann Perez, and I will be asking saya hapon your opinion and as a teacher as well. So hi ma'am, good afternoon. So my question is, what makes a good teacher great?
Okay, so for me, a good teacher, you must be equipped with all the skills, attitudes, and knowledge for you to be able to impart this on to your students. And then you must be also equipped with your attitudes. You have to understand imong sabton ang estudyante, and with your passion, dedication sa inyong work, so reflect naman din siya, especially in the teaching learning process, and kana siya, it will become more effective if kana nga mga qualities of a good teacher imo siyang gamiton sa imong classroom. Kay dahil manggod ang estudyante karon, especially nalata sa 21st century. Ang mga 21st century learners. So therefore, ikaw po teacher, you need to adjust, you need to understand, you need to sympathize kung unsa man ang mga kaagi sa mga estudyante karon. So kay lalaki man ang strategy sa matag teacher. So lalaki po ang pag-uban po sa mga students, pag-apply po sa mga students. So a good teacher is a great teacher if you believe na sa imong work, not just only your work, but your passion to your work, your dedication. So you can inculcate that one to your students. So more din siya pang-apply. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. So I have a question for you. So what makes a teacher great?
Good morning. To make a teacher great is to simply do your job within and beyond the classroom with a good head and a good heart.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. So once again, we are here in Calape National High School, and I have here with me Miss Jonalyn Aribado, an AP teacher. Miss, what is your opinion when you are to ask what makes a good teacher great?
Okay, so when we say a good teacher, so it has to be, or the teacher has to be someone na more on positive traits. But when we say that a teacher is great, so it's with great meaning man dyan, no? So naman na siya more complex nga what do we call that, behavior, so compared to just being a good. So there is a big gap between being good and just by being great. So when we say that a teacher is great, so for me, the best behavior that I can identify that a teacher is great is his or her ability to be compassionate with his or her students. So given the
fact that in the field of teaching, we are dealing with a lot of students with different backgrounds, with different financial status, with different histories. So, a teacher should be compassionate in a sense that you need to relate or to feel your students. And it's not all the time na kung unsay imuhang standard na iset, may ihadyo siyang makuha ni student because in reality, the performance of the students depend on his or her background. So, depende din natin sa iyong kagitan sa balay. So, as teachers, a great teacher should relate to the student. Dili lang kay kung sa iyahang iset na standard inside the classroom, but also the teacher should go beyond that. So, kung visit ba, for you to know kung sa situation ni student sa balay, naluin ana siya sa espilahan, sumugin na siya number 1 for me.
Thank you, Ma'am.
Have a compassionate heart.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma'am. Parang naiiba siya na when we talk about training. Everyone is a good teacher. But as you've said, being great is parang ang layo ng camp. So you've mentioned na parang you have to be compassionate, and that's one thing. Maybe if a lot of teachers is great, I could never see somebody who they attentive to school. Teacher should be a great one like what you described. Thank you again, Miss John. Thank you so much for your time.
Alright, good morning. It's really nice to see you here sa Calape. So, I have a question for you is, what makes a great teacher?
Okay, what makes a great teacher is being flexible, in all the class, given and also be open all the profession. And what he thinks is he will always think about the welfare of the student to be successful.
So for you, Miss, for you, what makes a good teacher great?
Paano natin na daso pasensya, then permi na ang patient, then ka na magsinaplanong sa oras.
Okay, so parang thank you.
Morning, Inday. So, I have a question for you. So, what makes a teacher great?
So, what makes a teacher great? Siyempre, being a student, diba, ay kanang dili sila ganahan na pressure pa maayo. So, kanang isip ko sa kahit sa kanya, kay ganahan yourself sa teacher, right? Dili kay, even though stricto, but maghapan yung grado tayo, dili kay pressure.
Thank you, Inday.
Hello, Miss. Nakoy, little question for you. For you, what makes a teacher great?
For me, what makes a teacher great is that when he or she treats her or his students well and with patience, with perseverance, and also with full of commitment to their work, and also when he or she treasures his occupation or something.
Good morning, Inday. So, I have only one question for you. So, what makes a teacher great?
We are now ready with the written
What makes a
output. So, manahimik na output. Ang output, we are going to present.
Irespeto ang teacher.
You will be subjected to question and answer portion. Once again, flow and allow the proposal to be done and reviewed. So, ako is the Q&A portion after the presentation back. The three of you, you are now motivated to
I have a question. For you, what makes a good teacher great?
For me is kanang kay balo sila
sila nga kanang about sa activity kanang trabaho sila mosabot sa time nga di sila padalion baka nang kasabot ra ang teacher niya so kanang busy ang mga
So for you, a good teacher is great when she knows to understand her students. Nasa empathy towards the students. Ito yung one great teacher. So thank you so much, Miss.
Inday, so I have a question for you. So what makes a teacher great?
What makes a teacher great? Parang sa akin, dapat sila understanding sila sa situation sa student ba. Kanya, dili dayo sila like, was na kibaw sa day ka ng was he or has been through science teaching. Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Ashley. Another question, Inday, okay lang. What makes for you a good teacher great?
For me, great teacher is understanding, loyal, and
Okay. So thank you so much, Miss Ashley. A good teacher is understanding, good no? Almost common. So thank you so much. Good morning, CNHS Calape National High School. We are here at GAS B12, and I have here with me a group of students from GAS B12. The question is in your own opinion, what makes a good teacher great? For you, Miss, what makes a good teacher great?
Para sa ako is teacher makes the best is or being an understanding. Kahit kanang as a grade of students naka-experience sa journey of stress and teacher who has an understanding attitude is the best teacher.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss. Okay, what for you, Miss?
For example, Miss, utan nga gwapo.
Wow, oh, that matters. Buutan and guwapo pa ma-inspire si best teacher dun siya para ni Mama. Hey, Mami, what means a good teacher ba?
Sa Pilipinas is may mutulno din. Para yung strict sad siya pero nakasabot na
Okay, so medyo strict and buutan. Okay. So, Mami, what makes a good teacher great?
Yeah, I don't know about charming. Because
Okay, so para ni Mami, what makes a good teacher great?
may mga good advices to students.
As an advisor, may mga good advisors so positive vibes positive advice, no? Of course. So thank you so much, GAS B12 students. Thank you.
Welcome to Calape National High School. We are going to interview some teachers and students about what makes a good teacher great.
Good morning, I'm Catherine Ostia from Bensigma, and I'm fourth year student in Banbantayan campus Agupo. So, my name is April Taberna, student of Calape High School.
And I am Raven Hard Wonderman, a student in Calape National High School. So, I have one question here. So, first my question, what makes a good teacher great?
For me, he or she is a good teacher when she's so understanding, then the answer pasensya and knows to kind and also na-share her attitude.
Sa maingon ko na isa ka teacher is a good teacher if sabot siya sa estudyante, sa patience, and give siya chance kuhan niya kung nagtang ibigay mo ng balong. Example, like na may classmate na sayang kasi sa patience na turuan sa parang
Either
thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
bless.
So, good morning. So I am Vincent Elliot, City of Dalbantayan Campus. So I am a blessed math 4 student. So I am here to interview about one question. And before I ask my question, so may I know your name?
Good morning, I am Dreamer Pino and I'm grading gold in Calape National High School.
So here's my question. So what makes a good teacher great?
First of all, they teach us how to read, to write, and also they teach us how to follow the rules in school.
So thank you for your answer. So good morning. So I am Vincent Elliot from City of Dalbantayan Campus. I am a basic math 4 student. So I am here to interview about one question. So before I start my interview, so may I know your name?
Good morning, I'm Didon Suspilia. I'm grade 9 student in Calape National High School.
So here's my question. So what makes a good teacher great?
Handle nila ang batasan ng mga estudyante nga badlungan kung taas ang silang pasensya.
So thank you for your answer.
So, good morning. I'm Catherine Stia from Message Math 4. So, in Kabuho Dalbantayan Campus. So, may I know your name? So, and I have a one question here. So, here's my question. What makes a good teacher great?
She helps you in your struggle ka or nakay-problem figure ka mo sa iyahan o kanang mag-down ka i-comfort ka nila.
That's all. Thank you so much. God bless. Good morning. So, I am Catherine Ostia from Besset Math, 4th-year students in Agho, Dalbantayan Campus. May I know your name first? I am singing in 12th book of grade 8 sa Calape National High School. So, here's my question. What makes a good teacher great? Ano kay bawal sa latin mga estudyante tapos kanang kusog og tingog para makasabot ang mga estudyante o dili mag-isod. Thank you. That's all. Thank you so much. God bless. Good morning. Good morning. So, I am Catherine Lucia from Basic Math 4 in Agho, Dalbantayan Campus. And may I know your name first?
I'm Living Julieta, grading 4th year from Calape National High School.
So, nice to meet you. So, I have a one question here. So, first my question. What makes a good teacher great?
Para sa ako ati if kanang lagi magaway tapos mo comfort siya nga ganan ko sa iya kay makagaminaw ko tarong siya leksyon tapos makasabot sa tarong.
Oh, thank you so much.
So good morning. So I am Vincent Elliot from City of Dalbantayan Campus. So I am a basic math 4 student. So may I know your name?
So good morning. I am Sheldon Rosie Valitoy from grade 8 Kamya. I am from Calape.
So here's my question. So what makes a good teacher great?
So for me, a good teacher is kind, patient, understanding, and especially a good teacher teach from the heart, not from the book.
Thank you. So good morning. So I am Vincent Elliot from City of Dalbantayan Campus. So I am a basic math 4 student. So may I know your name first?
I am Karina Garmo, grade 8 from Calape.
So I have a question for you. So my question is, what makes a good teacher great? Thank you. So good morning. So I am Vincent Elliot from City of Dalbantayan Campus. I am a basic math 4 student. So may I know your name?
I am Helena Diaz Arsal, a grade 8 student in Calape National High School.
So I have here one interview question for you. So here's my question. So what makes a good teacher great? So thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Catherine Ostia from Cebu Technological University of Dalbantayan Campus. So I'm here to have an interview with you with one question only. So here's my question, ma'am. So may I know your name first, ma'am?
I'm Mrs. Shelabel La Cruz. I'm a grade 12 advisor for EI grade 12.
So here's my question, ma'am. So what makes a good teacher great, ma'am?
for me, a teacher makes a grade. So not just only being teaching my students on learnings or their skills and their ability, but also the number one is you have to discipline. I have to discipline my students because I believe that even though you are a professional, but you don't have discipline in yourself, you don't have values in yourself, still you are nothing. So for me, being a good teacher, so I have to implement my rules and regulation to discipline my students and teach them the right values.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. God bless.
So good morning, sir. So I am Vincent Clyde Elliott, a basic math 4 student from City of the Matayan campus. So I am here today to interview about one question. So before I start, so may I know your name?
Yeah, my name is.
So here's my question, sir. So what makes a good teacher great?
For me, a good teacher is great if that teacher would be able to inspire his or her students. In my case, I know that in some ways I am great because I can say that I was able to inspire my students in small little ways, like I was able to inspire them to excel, not just academically, but holistically. They should be able to know how to be successful right after school, and also a teacher is great if he or she would be able to recognize the accomplishments of his or her students. So in my case, what I did is I have this R&R, or rewards and recognition for my students. So some students are, because I believe that students are motivated if they will be rewarded.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am Catherine Castilla from CPU, the Matayan campus. So, may I know your name first, sir?
I am Sir Michael Kayon. I am a junior high school teacher at Calape National High School.
So, I have a one question here, sir. So, here's my question. What makes a good teacher great, sir?
For me, the teacher is great when he or she does not only impart knowledge to his or her students, but of course inculcate positive values in order for his or her students to become students or individuals who are not just academically inclined but also values oriented.
So, that's all, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
So good morning, sir. So I am Vincent Clyde Elliott from City of the Matayan campus, a basic math 4 student. So I am here to interview about one question, and that question is, what makes a good teacher great? So before you answer, so may I know your name first?
Okay, good morning too. I am Mr. Rizal from Calape National High School, teaching Introduction to Philosophy as well as ICT, Information and Communication Technology. For your question, what makes a good teacher great? In my poor opinion, or in my teacher as a teacher, as my profession, it is a must for a teacher to be resourceful enough. You must have to find ways and means to make your class jolly. At the same time, the students that you're going to handle, they will share their knowledge in taking your subjects. What are their previous knowledge? So as a teacher, also you must have to be make your plan daily so that you will be properly guided, and you must be resourceful enough to find ways and means to should we say, you are not bookish, no? So if you are bookish, you will be one page ahead from your student. So it would have been better that as a teacher, you must find a certain thing that make your student taking your subjects very attentive. I think that will be all. Thank you, sir. Okay, so welcome.
Good morning, ma'am. So, So I am Dr. Cecilia from CPU del Bantayan campus. So I am taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education Major in Mathematics. So may I know your name first, ma'am?
Good morning, Miss, and all of your companions. By the way, my name is Maria Lianding. I am currently teaching here in Calape National High School as one of the grade 8 advisors.
So here's my question, ma'am. So what makes a good teacher great?
In connection to that question, I think for me as a teacher is great if she is teaching from the heart. And also, for me, a teacher is great if she prioritizes the needs of her diverse and different learners. And also, she should serve as a light to guide the path of their learning.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello guys, so now it's December 4, 2023 and we are in Calape National High School to have our actual classroom observation. Since teachers and students were so busy that time, so I and Jaya decided to conduct an interview. This time we are looking for some students and teachers to be interviewed for the question, what makes a good teacher great? Finally, we found students to be interviewed, so it is already given that all teachers are good, so what makes a good teacher great?
She is a great teacher for me because sinabtanon siya and then kanang matagan sa niya respeto ba di para sa uban nga naistra nga madita and then ansad ay naduol sa namo siya og nami problema and then di niya i-pressure sa mga activities nga iyang ihatag. If na problem kay madulan na siya di ka mauwaw kay sabay na siya sa imong trip niya kanang diba mo advice siya sa imong mga sa imong buwan. Pag-ayun ko ka good teacher siya kay kanang teaching sa mga lesson sa mga maayong mga tulong then sa school sa daghan sila pagkakinan nga mga bago nga butang nga wala ko gidila na
You can say that a teacher is a great teacher if she has a kind heart and has a lot of patience, and if a teacher is a responsible and kung angkod yan ang masinabtanon siya niya taas sa tabang estudyante nga kanang dili siya kababasa or anything nga wag siya nibawan kaya tudluan until makabalo siya.
He or she is a great teacher if kanang masabot siya sa estudyante, kanang mas consider and mo pan siya maka-teach siya og taro.
Kung napo siya respeto sa usa ka estudyante.
Kung kanang mga buhaton niya kay yan natupad niya, makasabot na siya mga estudyante.
Kung kanang dili siya manakit sa mga estudyante niya, magapanan niya yung trabaho sa teacher.
How can you say that he or she is a great teacher?
So, for me, kay siya ang greatest teacher sa ako ang sa munsod sa classroom kay even na kay problem like kining imo i-share imong problem like mukuan siya sa imo kaning mo advice then kuan sad siya kanang nindot siya pagka teacher kay murag kaduha na mo siyang kuan ba kanang sana mama like
Luckily, we already interviewed 10 students of Calape National High School, so now we are looking for 5 teachers to be interviewed. As we walked through, we found Miss Jessa Brunas.
What makes a good teacher great?
What makes a good teacher great is his being flexible in all the tasks is given to him. Also, he molded all the profession and he always think about the welfare of his or her students to be successful.
So I just want to say that a great teacher builds relationship with the students, and also a great teacher engages them in the material and also in the learning. And a great teacher changes their approaches. It depends upon the students, and he or she listens intently and also creates a welcoming environment that inspires each student to study not only once but in his or her whole life. Because learning is always a continuous approach, or we should say process for everyone until we get there.
Or she should try her very best, and then must have patience all the time for their students, and then she should possess also a good communication skills to do with a good attitude. Then she must be a model to her or his students. Then a big teacher should have to acquire also the 21st century skills for her or him to share with her knowledge to or her students.
I will be a great teacher in a way that I could be able to instill learnings to my students. Not only the learnings that we have learned, but at least the lesson as well of that knowledge that they were able to instill after the discussion. So I could be able to see that they are applying what they have learned morally and as well as towards others.
For me, a good teacher great is inspire students to make their best and push them to their limits nga in a way nga makaayo sa ilaha. Like for example, makakita ka sa mga estudyante nga mga achievements nila. Nya makita nimo sila nga ni-achieve gyud ang ilahang goal sa ilahang kinabuhi. That's all.
Thank you, Mom.
After a tiring day, I and Jaya decided to go home and we will just go back to school next week. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, sir. I am Chika Reyes Liman. Tandang campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. So before we start the interview or the question, let me first know about ourselves. Can you tell us, sir, about yourself?
Good morning. So I am Mr. Calape Warriors from Calape National High School, residing at Ago in Magayan, Siguriat for 15 years. I am presently teaching information and communication technology and international philosophy subjects.
My name is Marian Pending. I am one of the teachers here in Calape National High School.
I am Mr. Benji Anoos, major in social studies and handling, currently araling Pilipino.
My name is Dayat Chavez. I'm currently a grade 10 teacher and a Filipino teacher as well. And my section is grade 10 group. My name is Jocelyn Brianes, a senior high school teacher in Calape National High School, Tandang Cebu.
May I know, sir, what makes a good teacher great?
What makes a good teacher great? For that question, I think it's quite hard because as a teacher we have differences and we don't have the same preparation and when it comes to teaching. But for me, I think a teacher is great if she is compassionate. She loves her students and she does her best in order to deliver a quality learning to her learners.
On how to make a teacher's grade. It is important for a teacher to be resourceful enough. You must have to use, or shall we say, make some research about this subject tackled in the internet, since today the trend, nowadays our students are very knowledgeable in using media, particularly using their cell phones. So, as a teacher, to become great, you must have to be resourceful enough, you must have to be great, no? You must have to think ways and means to make your subject or class jolly. The students that you're going to handling are they will cooperate, or shall we say, listen to your discussion. So you must have also to prepare your daily lesson log or lesson plans for your guide, because that is your ultimate weapon in handling your subjects. Actually, we can teach without lesson plan, but the best way is we must have to use, or we must have to make lesson plan.
Being a good teacher, you must be flexible. You will be an administrator, a friend, a sister, a brother, or you could be a guidance. Guardian of the student. So you must think first the welfare of the student before yours, before your safety, and also as an answer, I believe you to be flexible in all aspects.
Makes a good teacher great. So maybe we can define first a good teacher. For me, a good teacher knows about his craft. He or she possesses mastery of the subject that he is teaching, and he comes to his class always prepared. But for him or her to become a great teacher, he needs to do much better, or a little bit probably, of what he is currently doing, like incorporating values in his teaching, and maybe he needs to know about the background of his or her students, for him to use, or to be able to create strategies that suits to the needs of his or her students. And lastly, for a good teacher to become great, he needs to create impact to the lives of his or her students.
Yes. What makes a teacher great? So, a teacher will be a great example when he or she inspires the lives of her students, and when he or she discovers that her students are doing well in life. That's what makes a teacher great.